What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is your boy Tavon Mason, and you're live with me with former New York Jet Tavon Mason. I got on a shirt, NFL alumni, and it's time to go. It's time to talk a little football, off-season craziness, or as I like to say, off-season musical chairs. So I hope y'all doing good. I'm sorry I've been procrastinating and playing around and just trying to get this thing together. I actually kept telling myself, hey, man, I need to get back here and get back on doing my videos. I like doing the videos. Um, so here I am. I know the trade's been going on for a while. I'm a little late, but hey, I still got something to say. So welcome again to Sports Talk with former New York Jet Tavon Mason. I call this my musical cheers episode. And this episode is off the chain, man. I don't even know where to start. We started the summer off, not the summer, but we started the free agency off, the off season off. Congratulations to the Rams again for that Super Bowl win. Aaron Donald got his ring. Von Miller got his second ring. Shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. Even though he messed his knee up, he got his first ring. Man, you just think about it. He was just in a crazy situation with the Cleveland Browns, hurt his knee, was released, come to the Rams and does his thing, and scores a touchdown in the Super Bowl to kick it off for the Rams. And unfortunately, a non-contact injury put him out, but he still got that ring. Hey, shout out to Stafford. You know what I mean? We've been talking about some big blockbuster deals, but Stafford signed that extension. Man goes in his first year with the Rams and get a Super Bowl. So that's telling us Detroit just didn't have the makeup for him. He was there for a long time, put up some big numbers. He had some crazy guys that he played with. And I mean crazy in a good way. You can't forget having Megatron playing with him, but they just could not get it done. But they got it done this time. Shout out to Cooper Kupp. Been a lot of changes on that Rams team. But hey, let's get into it. So we started off the offseason with our guy, Aaron Rodgers. They didn't know what was going to happen, whether he was going to leave, he was going to retire. He kept pushing, talking about he wanted to get out. He's not happy there. But hey, this dude wind up not leaving and staying and signs a 3-year, $150 million contract with 2 voidable years in 2025 and 2026. So he got what he wanted, right? He wanted more money. They pleased him. Me personally, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is great. He's killing the MVP, but his team is not making it to the Super Bowl. They're not even getting far in the playoffs. They even had some trouble during the season getting past some teams that they should have just blew out the water. And I know, a lot of people say, man, the special teams didn't help him. D didn't do this. Special teams didn't do that. But the special teams players, the defense, not getting those type of contracts. He's the GOAT. But hey, the GOAT got to do his thing, and it just wasn't enough to get the Packers there. So was this a great deal for the Packers? Was this a great thing for the Packers? What's going to happen to that young backup they got? Will he try to get a trade to get out there, to get out of Green Bay? Because he's going to be sitting. I do remember Aaron Rodgers had to do the same thing. My former teammate at UVA, Aaron Brooks, he was there with Green Bay when he left UVA, and we saw he had to leave to get some notice, and that was when he went to the New Orleans Saints. So is it the same thing with Aaron Rodgers? But even though he got that huge signing bonus, and just to let you know, he getting $41.95 million in 2022 with $4.8 million fully guaranteed, treated as a signing bonus. So out of that 41.95, 40.8 of that contract is a signing bonus. Woo! But to me personally, the one thing they didn't do, and maybe I'm just saying it, maybe he wanted to leave anyway, Devontae Adams, they kept trying to franchise tag Devontae Adams, but that man wanted his money. Who was Aaron Rodgers' go-to? He had some other weapons on that offense, but who was he going to every time? Devontae Adams. They didn't take care of that guy. Or did they take care of that guy? So, moving past Aaron Rodgers, so Aaron Rodgers has to stay, right? Now he got to figure out who's going to throw to him. Are they going to get guys in free agency, or they're going to get people in the draft? But Devontae Adams said, I'm out of here. Was it a thing he wanted to pay back with Carr, who was his teammate in college? Did he want to go to Vegas, where it's a little bit warmer, a lot more stuff to see than being in Green Bay. No knock on Green Bay, but he refuses the franchise tag and he goes to the Raiders for 2 picks in the 2022 draft. So Adams and Rodgers, Green Bay's big play receiver, he inks a 5-year, $141.25 million deal. At the time, making him the highest paid receiver with a $28.25 million a season paycheck. Just put it like that, paycheck. So this guy will see $28.25 million each year over 5 years. Woo! Major, major, major. But the thing that didn't come out originally, because everything was, we don't think Adams is happy. Even myself saying that man don't want to get franchised. But Green Bay swiveled back around. So they willing to throw all of the bank out there. And they matched the Raiders deal. And he didn't want to take it. So again, I bring back the question. Did Davante did he want to go play with Derek Carr? Did he want to go back and play with his teammate, be down there in Oakland? He got a nice guy over there, Hunter Winthrow. Is a man. He's major out there. He's looking like Cooper Kupp. He's pretty nice with his footwork. So where does that leave the Packers and Aaron Rodgers? Again, they're going to be digging and paddling in this river, finding somebody that can fit the mold and fit that guy that could be that guy like Davante Adams. And I know, having draft picks help, but how many guys going to come out the draft and just come straight in and make noise and make moves as Davante Adams build up? Because right now it's the now factor. If you notice what happened during this off season, it's been the now factor. They want to win now because jobs are moving in and out, and we don't know what's up. Let's keep this thing moving along. Aaron Rodgers was the big thing, one of the big trades, and not big trades, but one of the big deals. We know about Davante Adams. His trade was huge. But we also forgot about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has gotten quiet over the years since the Super Bowl runs. He's kind of fall down. Yeah, he can still throw. He can do his thing. But was his time in Seattle coming to an end after that second Super Bowl that they lost to the Patriots? We don't know, but it did look a little bleak and gloomy up there at Seattle. And Russell said, I want out. But he didn't get a huge media blitz. And I wonder why. Why didn't he get the huge media blitz? Because Russell has been making some noise. Yeah, it's been up and down, but it hasn't been a bowl of cherries for Aaron Rodgers either. I mean, I understand those those guys on different levels, but if you think about it, they got the same amount of Super Bowls. Russell Wilson been to one more Super Bowl than Aaron Rodgers. But again, he didn't have that much noise on his point when it came down to media. So Russell goes to the Denver Broncos. So that's crazy. So we got Russell Wilson leaving the NFC, going to the AFC West with those Chiefs and with those Chargers, which is a crazy, crazy, crazy setup. And the Raiders, right? So you got Derek Carr, you got Mahomes, now you got Russell Wilson, and you got Herbert over there with the Chargers, right? So how's this thing going to play out, right? But he wasn't signed by way of a 3-player trade to Denver. The Broncos will take on Russell's 2019 contract extension from Seattle. 2022, this year, this season, he would make $19 million with a $5 million roster bonus, netting $25 million. So they're already going to take the $19 million, and with him making a $5 million roster bonus, because he's going to be on the roster because they wouldn't have traded if he not, this dude going to make $24 million off the bribe. So off the jump, he's getting $24 million. They also added some weapons on that D. Superstar edge rusher Randy Gregory from the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys need everything they could have. You know what I mean? People are always saying they're America's team. Every year is this year for the Cowboys, and it hasn't been that year. So they should have kept this dude and kept everything they needed to bring weapons. But oh well, he's going to Denver and he's going to rock and roll. So, Wilson got some weapons over there on the defense. You got Surtain over there, young Surtain over there. You added Randy Gregory. Don't forget you got Judy up there with Wilson. So it's definitely interesting to see how everything flows and how everything goes. Moving along. I said earlier before, Devontae Adams was the highest paid receiver at the time that he was traded. But this offseason continued to keep getting crazier and crazier and crazier. This came out of far left. I remember scrolling through Instagram and I see this post like saying Miami Dolphins Jets and had a picture of Tyreek Hill. Oh yeah, whatever, man. This dude not leaving Kansas City. But bam, wrong. I was wrong. Kansas City couldn't pay this guy. They knew they would have to pay him because of what he's been doing the last few seasons. And what's better way to go than to head south to the 305, to the colors, the sun. You got the beaches, you got the bathing suits. Tyreek Hill signed a whopping deal that sent him to Miami from the now, the thing about it, the Kansas City Chiefs allow him to kind of work the market to see what's going on. The Jets try to get him. He said, "Nah, I ain't going to the New York Jets. That's my team that picked me up, as a free agent." But a lot of guys who venture to the New York Jets career tend to have fallen into a black hole. And I think Tyreek Hill saw something bigger in Miami. We're having Waddle there, the other receiver. I know they still got to fine tune Tua. Tua hasn't been looking the part. I never was really sold on Tua 100%, even at Alabama. Yeah, he did his thing at Alabama, but he was an injury risk, and he get to Miami, and it's been up and down, up and down. They added some more weapons for him. Old linemen, you know what I mean? Like I said, they added Tyreek Hill to the offense. They continue to build. So our guy Tyreek Hill signs a 4-year, $120 million contract with $72.2 million guaranteed, 52.535 at signing. So when he signed that contract, boom, he getting the check for 52, for right over 52.5. We crazy. So that takes him, leapfrogging him over Adams as a highest paid receiver at $30 million a year, right? But the Chiefs will get some picks. So we know, and they added Juju Schuster to the receiving core, but we know Andy Reid, he ain't going to take that falling down. So the Chiefs will have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, 2 fourth-round picks, 3 right? So they got some time to pick up some weapons, whether it's defense, whether it's on the offensive side, to help Mahomes and them and the Chiefs to continue to move, and Travis Kelce. One that kind of, two that slipped into that mix that was on a high watch, especially for the Baltimore Ravens, was Darius Smith. Where did he come from? Green Bay Packers. He was that guy up there at Green Bay. But the crazy thing was, he was at Baltimore before going to Green Bay. He came down to visit Baltimore. They offered him a contract. He decided to say, nope, not staying here. The city of charm and the Old Bay. Man, Zadar, I wish you would have came back. That's my hometown. God love B more. Shout out 443-410. But Zadarius Smith shot himself over to Minnesota. And the contract Minnesota, from what I remember, was a little bit less. City of charm that turns Zadarius Smith off. Even though the Ravens and Eric DeCosta were willing to add more money to it. But anyway, he flew the coop. So then we said, all right, that's cool. The Ravens say, Zadarius Smith's not coming. Let's put our hat in the bucket for Bobby Wagner. Remember, Bobby Wagner was released by Seattle Seahawks, longtime vet there. I didn't understand it either, but I understand it's the business, and the game and time move over. California boy, wink, wink, came on down to Baltimore. No, didn't last. Bobby Wagner didn't stay around. So again, that's 2 top-level linebackers that came through the city of charm for the Ravens, and they could not plant them there. I guess it was they couldn't sell them on the crab cake. A day later, he signs with the Los Angeles Rams, which is his hometown. I gave you that wink early. So he signs a deal with the LA Rams. Man, that is crazy. You got him. You got Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? You still got number 5 over there. Added a wide receiver from Chicago Bears. So they giving Stafford more and more guys. You know what I'm saying? More guys to try to make that run You know what I mean? So they signed Allen Robinson from the Bears, 3-year, $46.5 million contract, leaving the Bears, which is probably going to be a good move for Allen Robinson because the Bears have been on a huge downslide since that Super Bowl year, those Super Bowl runs, and those years that they contested for the Super Bowl, and it hasn't been the same. So he's going out there. I know they was talking about trying to sign Odell Beckham Jr. Will that put a damper in them signing Odell Beckham Jr. with signing Allen Robinson? Will in order to stay out there, But like I said, again, the Rams got Bobby Wagner as well, and he negotiated a $65 million deal. You know what I'm saying? So, woo! They opening up the pocketbook to give it up. You know what I mean? This guy is a vet, been around for years, and he signs a $65 million deal with the Rams. It gets no better than that. Uh, so, what else is going on here? You know what I mean? What else can we say is going on here? You know what I mean? I just pulled this up on my phone about the Bobby Wagner deal and the Allen Robinson deal. So what is next? Can it be anything else bigger than these trades? And yes, it definitely is. So I know y'all saw it. I didn't expect this at all. When he decided to take a visit to Cleveland, I was like, he just making his rounds. I know he been on the bench. He been at home chilling. He just making his rounds. And I wouldn't have thought that this would have been a landing spot for our guy Deshaun Watson, talented quarterback, crazy quarterback. We saw what he did in college, and we saw what he did in Houston, even with a subpar team, subpar offensive line. Houston Texans gave away his top wide receiver and Hopkins that went to Arizona, and he was sitting there, really fending for himself. No knock to the guys that were there. In the midst of all the controversy that was going on, he circled back around, bypassed Atlanta, which most people thought. I was talking to my brother. We thought that he would go to Atlanta because that's where his mom had lived, and I do recall his shout out to Ward Dunn, the great Ward Dunn. I found out that he had built, along his foundation of building a house of single moms, he built the house for Deshaun Watson's mom. During that time when Deshaun Watson was younger, he didn't do that. Bypassed New Orleans and boom, head back to Ohio, the Cleveland Browns. And I never seen this except for in baseball and basketball. Signs Deshaun Watson, 5 years, $230 million guaranteed. Huge blockbuster deal. I've never seen fully guaranteed without something clause on the back end for the team. So we already know that with the conduct rule, he's going to be suspended for a few of those games. But the Browns were willing to take that chance and take that risk to sign him for 5 years, $230 million. So the Texans got 3 first-round picks, 1 in 22 this year's draft, 23 draft, and 24 draft. 1 third-round pick in the 23 draft, 2 fourth-round picks, 1 in 22 and 1 in 2024. The Browns get a 6th-round pick in 2024. So the Browns kind of dealt away their picks to get Watson. They got their quarterback. You know what I mean? We know Landry. We haven't heard anything, but Landry's still on the fence whether he's coming back. What's going to happen there? Who he's going to throw to? We know they got that crazy run game with Nick Chubb up there in Cleveland, which I think should be that starting point with any quarterback that comes through there. But the thing that's gotten silent over the last few weeks and really over the last month is what's going to happen with our guy Baker Mayfield. I've been seeing some crazy posts about him. Are they going to take away his Progressive commercial and take away the commercial of him they're gonna have a commercial of him giving his keys back to the Brown Stadium. But I think he got served a raw deal. Baker wasn't as bad as most people thought. He's excited. He want to get the ball in there, but a lot in these last few years wasn't on him. It's just the system and just the way Cleveland goes, the Cleveland Browns go. But that was a shot. I know it's just a business, but that was like a smack in the face. This guy's just sitting out there and don't know what's going on. If you remember the first go around when Deshaun Watson left Cleveland, Baker asked for a trade, and the Browns said, "Nope, we're not giving you that." That's so crazy how an organization can hold you like a puppet until they get what they want. They got Deshaun Watson, and he's stuck out there. Are they still going to honor that no trade, and he got a backup Watson? Or they going to let Baker Mayfield ride these games out where Deshaun Watson will be suspended? Or what's going to happen? Man, we do not know. But I know for a fact the draft is coming up soon. I know these trades ain't going to stop. We still got guys out there looking. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, still floating around there to see what's going to happen with him. The Ravens did sign a top flight defensive back, a safety from the Saints, which they needed in that back end, because that's not what kind of, but that's what plagued the Ravens this season, along with the injuries. But they still were down and out in that secondary. So they signed Marcus Williams, 5 years, $70 million contract. So they really believe in this dude. So he showed them something to sign that 5 years, $7 million contract with them. And it's going to be huge. If he can bring what he did with the Saints over to Baltimore, that's definitely needed, especially how the Bengals have started to evolve with Jamar Chase, you know what I mean, over there, and Joey B over there in Cincinnati, how they started to evolve. So they got to have that defense, that secondary ready to rumble. But we still haven't heard what's going to happen with our guy Lamar Jackson. I know he's sitting back and just watching and seeing all these quarterbacks sign these big deals and this money getting thrown around. And we know his rookie contract is over. So what are they going to do? You know what I mean? Quietly but loudly, Lamar broke a lot of records and did some great things, even though he still continued to be looked down upon. And a lot of it is not his doing. A lot of it's the setup that they have for him there that didn't fit his style of play. They didn't give him guys or give him an offense that fit his style of play. The two tight end setup, the two wide receiver setup, that allows the defense to be able to double coverage on the back, play high, play low, play high over top, and also to spy Lamar Jackson. So what is going to happen with his contract? So again, I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'm glad to be back to Sports Talk with former New York Jet Tavon Mason. This is episode 6, I think it is, episode 6. And you know what it is. I call this NFL musical cheers. Peace.